Hey, 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 I think we're live. I think we're rocking and rolling. How you all doing, everybody out there? I've had some major internet issues this week, which has really hindered, well, me doing anything really. You realise how much you rely on the internet when you don't have it, when you suddenly haven't got it. And it's been terrible this week, I don't know why. But I think I finally managed to fix everything up and it's working. So hi, it's EDDBUD here. Welcome back to the shoe sanctuary, which is overflowing with shoes. There's a lot of shoes in here now. There's a lot of shoes. There's a lot of records in here. There's a lot of stuff in this place. It needs sorting out really. But it's too much running to be done to be sorting things out. Sorting things out just doesn't seem to be anywhere near as exciting as running or watching running videos or playing guitar and things like that. I must say first, if you hear some strange noises in the background, it's because Mrs. EDDBUD's decided to take a shower right when the live stream's going to start. So if there's some weird noises going on, then that's what it is, guys. Just got to let you know. That's what's happening. It's not a bad rainstorm or something. It's the shower. There's loads of people in here, so we've got to say hi to everybody who's joined us for the 30th live stream. Richard Johnson says I'm looking dapper. I'm not sure, Richard. I think I've just thrown a load of stuff on. I've got the Chewy t-shirt and an old hoodie, and I feel kind of a bit underdressed actually. I've got some new stuff coming that I want to wear during the videos. Some Richard O'Brien inspired sort of wear. So hopefully that'll be coming soon, you know. Let's have a look and see who's here. There's loads of people. Richard Rendell was here earlier. Steve A is in the house, possibly. 13 miles today for him. Beautiful countryside. Suffolk's version of hills today with a running buddy. Awesome, man. Glad you managed to get out there with some other people as well, Steve. It's good to get out there with someone else. I've been very lonely of recent time. I've only had Angus with me, you know, Angus Young. Neil Young as well with me a few times. What else have we been listening to? Jonathan Richman as well. Oh, he's a good running buddy, I tell you. He really is. Joel McCluskey says, seeing the live streams return makes me sadder that I'm still injured. Oh, Joel, this is not good. I hope you can get back to running soon, Joel. That's sad to hear. Who else do we have in the house? Rebel D Cats says -6. Oh my word! In Lower Saxony, Germany. Yeah, it's nowhere near that bad here. It was about, I don't know, 1 or something earlier on when I went out. Cold enough that it made you want to run pretty swift though. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be very cold next week, Chris, that running guy. He says it's going to be -6. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I've been sent some new gear by a company over in Boulder. So I'm going to do a review of that this week. I've worn it practically every day, like since it arrived. It's been that chilly. So, oh, Kev Burmaster's not got that problem. It's heat acclimation there. So it's he's got the reverse problem. Bean Dips in the house. We've got Nick Bishop. Andrew on my way. It's -12 in Sweden. Oh my gosh. You see, it makes me feel bad. Like when I start complaining about the fact it's sort of like 0 or 1 or something. It's like so mild here in the UK. It really is. I know that there's parts of the UK at the moment that have got some snow and stuff like that, but actually in reality it's pretty warm here really. I hope you're okay, Andrew. Keep them warm. Robin's in the house. He says that next week's going to suck. Next week is going to be cold, I think, Robin, no matter where we are. Lots and lots of people here. We've got to give some shout outs. Joe Mullins in the house. Hey Joe, how you doing? We've got Dan, we've got Robin, Bean Dips here, Lee Sumner. He's in the garrison, as usual, watching with a warm mug of coffee, I hope. Ben Wise here. We'll be getting some shoe furniture for the background. There is some stuff coming in, yes. There's going to be a rejig here soon, but I need a bit of time, basically. I need about a week where I'm not working from home as such. So half term's approaching, Thank goodness half term is approaching, so that'll be the time to get that done. Aaron's in the house. He's in the Isle of Man. Richard Rendell is here. He's just done 4 miles in the snow and 25-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, good on you, Richard. I bet you felt better for it, though. When you got back in the door, you thought, yeah, I've done it. That's my motivation, guys. I wanted to sort of name this live stream, really, give it a focus, and it's all about motivation today. And it's certainly getting out there, isn't it? What gives you that impetus to get out there? Whenever I sign students up for courses and things, I say to them, is this the sort of course that's going to get you out of bed on a Monday morning when it's tipping with rain, the rain's lashing against the window? Are you still going to want to get up and come in and do this course? And that's always the question that they sort of go, I don't know, really. I think I'll go and do something else, actually. But hey, that's fine. You know, you need to be on the right course. Gavin Braden's here. Evening, everyone from chilly dog walk in Belfast. Motivations through the floor. Oh no, calf problems. Everyone seems to be injured right now. There's lots of injuries about. I seem to be one of the lucky ones. Where's the wood? I got to touch some wood. There we go. Touch wood. I'm okay. I'm feeling pretty good. Apart from the puma ripping up my left ankle, give me a little bit of trouble, that one. Nothing that a plaster won't fix though, and a little bit of TLC. I was soon back to normal as I normally am anyway. That's not very normal. How many times can I say normal? It's good. It's good. It's lubricating the old windpipe there. That's good. Martin Cornwell McCowan is here. I thought it was the start of the Riders on the Storm. Stevie's in the house. Stevie76 is in the house as well. Paul Browning's here. Welcome from Yeovil. Are you in Yeovil, Paul? Awesome. You could be very close by. I just don't even know. Fair Yeovil though. It's a bit chilly out there tonight. Beast is sat in the window. Oh, she just looked out just when I said that. She sat behind the curtains, looking out. Hi, Beast. Beast. Come on, it's your chance to get on the stream. Come on. Ah! The Beast is here, in with the live stream, looking after the shoes. Good Beast. Oh, God, blimey, that animal is heavy. That animal's almost as heavy as an Under Armour shoe. There we go. We got Oliver is here, Rob Weatherall's here, and I'm already being overrun with the chat. David Gray is here. He says it's 7 AM in Australia. Awesome. He's just finished an easy 10-miler. Sweet. Awesome. Thanks for joining us today, David. Hope your run was good. Yes, Paul Browning is in Yeovil. Awesome. Gavin's been watching the rugby. I've missed all of that, actually. I've missed all the sport, apart from... Well, I can't really call the Arsenal game sport yesterday. I'm not sure it qualifies as football. Mark Salzman's in snowy New York. See, everybody's got snow apart from here. Come on, let's give us some snow. I can get the Innovate G270s out again. Joel McCluskey is in the house. Brian Cat, I think that answered your question a moment ago. Beast is here. Ben Y says 0 degrees in London. Yeah, my daughter's in London. I expect it's pretty chilly there. But she might be hoping for a snow day tomorrow, although every day's a snow day now, isn't it, really, with remote teaching. Aunt Tifa's in the house, V Gates. John Eaton's here. Good evening all. He completed his Lockdown League 5-miler. That sounds good. This morning in the snowstorm, just before it settled. Blimey. Square Wheel says it's 26C in Singapore. My word. So it's probably about 26C more than it is here. Stephen C, he says, seems to have been cold all year in Sheffield. I think it is that little bit cooler up there, up in Sheffield. A good friend of mine used to live up there. He lives in Newcastle now, and he says it's even colder up there. So, Oliver says, marathon schedule next week. He expects it to be -6. Oh, blimey. Andreas is in the house. We've got Angel, Francisco. He says hello from South America, Peru. Amazing. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it very much. We've got Dan Belcher from Massachusetts. He got some Float Ride Energy 2s yesterday for $40. You can't lose at that. That is some good value. Very good value. Lots and lots of people here. Try and give as many shout outs as we can. Chris McLean says, rather cold than the rain. Yeah, I think I'd perform better in the cold, in fairness. It was supposed to be an easier effort today, but it's too cold for that sort of thing. Too cold. Oliver Wenning says he had a snow bath today. A snow bath? Ooh, sounds too cold for me. I'm going to have another drink of Guinness after that. Oh, that's good stuff. It is good stuff. Sheldon, thank you very much for the super chat. He's got a picture of the Beast there. Beast, did you hear that? I think you're becoming more popular than I am. Joe Mullin says the Comrades Marathon is currently set for June 13th. I know one of our runners, Joe, in the Yeovil Town Road Running Club's a big fan of that race. But I think due to the fact he's that bit older, I think he's gonna miss out on that one this year, just to be on the safe side. Andreas, no, Yeovil's, I mean, as the crow flies, it's not hugely far from Bristol. I think it's about 32 miles as the crow flies, so it's not far away from Bristol. Kev Burmaster says all the injured people weren't wearing the new Nike Infinity Run Invincible. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I initially started writing a script for a completely different video today, guys. But when I read that piece that's included with the sort of all the spiel, you know, the bump for the shoe, I just thought, what? You know, that data's just nothing to do with the Invincible run. It's all to do with the Infinity run. And then there's the stuff they released back in 2019 to promote the shoe. It's very odd. There's some strange stuff going on there. Steve A says, losing 2 global marathons in 2020 has given me all the motivation to train for 2021. And I hope to run both of them. Awesome. Yeah, just gotta, you know, you've got to keep on training. You've got to have that little thing in the distance somewhere, just that you keep going for. For me, it's getting out there. I love doing these streaks, just keep running every day. Even if it's just some easy miles, you know, I just love getting out there, proving to myself that I can keep doing it. And it gives me a chance to test out these shoes as well, which is great. Square Wheel says 4 AM now for me. I'm leaving for my run now. My love for running on an empty street in the early mornings is my motivation. Yeah, it is nice when you do go out at those times. I do this loop of our local trading estate, it takes me about a mile to get there, and then the loop's about 1 kilometre. So it's perfect, really. You can do some interval type stuff, some repeats and things. You know exactly where you are at different points around the trading estate loop, and it's just no one there at this sort of time of night. It's wonderful. You can go over there. You know you won't get troubled. You can run right in the middle of the road. It's well lit as well, so you got no problems there. It's a bit spooky at times, you know, but I don't want to wear my headphones around there or anything like that. But this sort of time while we're in lockdown still, it's great. Will I be reviewing Beast? I can do a quick Beast review for you. I mean, I'd have to get some new scales because Beast will break those scales. Beast's a big animal, like a hefty creature. Link in Rust. Do I use VDOT as an indicator for pacing? No. I've got 2 watches at the moment. So I've got the Garmin 245, and then I'm also using one from Kuros as well, which I'm testing out. There's a few features on it I haven't been able to test out, like routes and things like that, because this, you know, you've got to stay relatively close to home right now. That's part of the rules. So it's a bit pointless, trying to show route testing when you've got to stay really close. So I tend to utilize running power on here on the Kuros, and then just lap pace on the Garmin. Sometimes I switch it up with the heart rate as well if I want to run really easy I tend to put it on here actually on the Kuros because it's a little bit easier to see it. So that's how I look at pace. And sometimes I'll just run with effort and just see how I feel. Kim Lauriston is here. We have Richard Johnson. Listen to Low Raw and Tom Petty. Awesome. Yeah, this Tom Petty, what a sound, you know. I had an opportunity a little while back to get a 12-string Rickenbacker, but I changed it up and got the 6 in the end. But it still has that sort of Tom Petty vibe. And Low Raw, absolutely amazing. Don't Be So Serious, you know, that is a beautiful song. Oh, Dan Runnoff is in Portland. Oh, I'd love to go back to Portland, Dan. Really, really would like to visit Portland. I think I might have to retire to Portland when I get older. I'm going to come over. I could just run every day. I could just keep running. John Basinski's here, the main man. How you doing, buddy? John Bud, he would be if in the EDDBUD sort of style naming. Yeah, we're good, buddy. We miss you too, man. I miss playing with you. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to it soon. Hopefully soon. Have you seen, John, those new universal audio pedals? You need to check those out. Go and check them out right now. I think they're going to be some serious money, but you know, it's not too bad. And John, I did introduce everyone to the word graunch the other day because I graunched my ankle. You know what I mean. John will know what I'm talking about. The Running Dad says, "Oh no, you're not an Arsenal fan." Yeah, sadly. I'll tell you what, everybody's just so inconsistent this year. Apart from Man City. Man City are right back on it again, aren't they? So I can't see anybody else doing anything this year apart from them. They've just got strength and depth, haven't they? And of course they had a 2-week break when everybody else didn't. Not that I'm sore about that. So J Max says, motivation, running is my antidepressant. Yeah, I think that's really helped everybody out, J Max, over the course of the lockdown. Well, we're coming up for what, 10, 11 months now of this kind of situation, of lockdowns, and then sort of coming out of it slightly over the summer here. It was a little bit more relaxed, but then it ramped right back up again. So I think with that, it really does help me, certainly. If I get out there of a day, I feel like I've put my body through the ringer a little bit, you know, just raising the heart rate, getting some fresh air, just seeing some stuff as well that's not a computer screen. I feel like I stare at computer screens a lot. People say, why don't I write the scripts on the computer? That's my time to get away from the computer. Sit down, write scripts out for the videos. That's how I get the ideas as well when I'm out running, to do some of the videos for you. So it's that time to think about stuff and put things into perspective. And sort of taking each day as it comes, really, as well. I think if you're looking too far ahead, it can feel like you're just in a mire, and you're just stuck in that kind of impossible to get out of quicksand, like in the 4th Indiana Jones movie. I enjoyed that bit. Some of the other bits aren't great in that film, though. Samuel Luxer says, hi Ed, have you ever had any hip IT band issues? No, I do have. My right hip does like it not click, but it's got that issue where it's sort of, you know, there's something passing over the top of it. I've had it looked at and it doesn't ever cause me any pain. It's just sort of a bit odd, really. I just make sure I do lots of range of motion stuff before and after runs, keep in limber. I do it when I get up as well. I just lie on the floor before I eat my Weetabix and stuff. Don't want to do it after the Weetabix. Could run into a few problems then if you did that. But yeah, just range of motion, moving things around, just keeping nimble. That's the most difficult bit at the moment, isn't it, guys? When you're at home, you've got your sofa, you've got armchairs, this, that and the other. It's keeping yourself nimble, keeping yourself in shape. That is the most difficult bit right now. So taking some time every day just to keep the body flexible. Whenever I see my son, actually, often I look at him, you know, he's like, what, he'll be coming up 6 months soon. And I look at him and he's the most nimble dude there is going. He can almost, you know, sort of bite his toes, you know, he's that nimble. And I think, what happened? You know, I used to be able to do stuff like that. And now, you know, bending down to pick up beast feels like a marathon. Let's see what we got here. Les Arbor says, I run to keep fit and help cope with working as a doctor. Oh, amazing. Oh, hats off to you if you're a doctor or someone in the medical profession right now. Must be pretty tough going for all of you, so please stay safe. Please stay safe. Richard Johnson says, can you recommend earbuds? I would recommend earbuds, but I mean, as a ex-sound engineer, music producer, DJ and stuff, I've probably got expensive taste. I mean, the best earbuds that are the most resilient, that don't fall to bits and break, Powerbeats Pro. I've got to say, they've survived rain, snow, I've trodden on them, Beast has bitten one of them, and it still keeps on rolling. They would be my ultimate recommendation. Relatively neutral response. I mean, you're never going to get super neutral response in earbuds. It just doesn't happen. You know, you need to hype the bottom end a little bit. And depending on what sort of music you listen to as well. I mean, I've got quite a varied music taste. It could be De La Soul 1 minute, low raw. I might listen to some orchestral stuff. The other day I had the 633 Squadron on. Oh yeah, some super stuff. It really, you know, gets you going, that stuff. So that would be my recommendation, really, if you want to listen to stuff across the board. I mean, if I could, I'd take my Sennheiser HD, you know, 2025s up, but they'll break in no time. Let's try and answer a few more of the questions here, because there are literally masses and masses of questions. If you've got a question, please put a Q or something, just to Q and then the question, just so I can pick them out a little easier. Tim Platt's in the house. Steve Starr is here. Steve Starr, I salute you, my friend. You've got some super running shoe sort of history. You know about all the shoes from the past. I love reading your posts, Steve. So please do keep posting those. Some of those older Nike shoes. It reminds me of when I was back at school. I had some, I think they were called the Pegasus TW. They were a beautiful shoe, one of the first sort of air shoes I had. Really lovely shoe. Dan Bailey's enjoying the channel, thanks very much. Matthias is here from Leipzig. They got 20 centimetres of snow, it's -10. Wow. Awesome, thanks for tuning in. Chrissy T is here. We've got Nick Strong. Am I right in thinking you mentioned Bob Ross in one of your videos? That would be a great dinner party, Ed Bud and Bob Ross. Yeah, I do like watching Bob Ross videos, actually. Fortunately, we've got Amazon, so I like watching those. It really chills you out. Where he talks about the fluffy little clouds, you know, it just really mellows you out. You can feel all the stress just drifting away, and you know that Bob will produce some beautiful painting, and he makes it look so easy as well. That's what I love. Let's Go Steve is watching with a bottle of Hobgoblin in sleety Seam. Yeah, oh, it's sleet there. Yeah, I don't know if we've got anything here. I might do a little weather check in a minute for you guys. See if there's anything out there. Beast sat on a pair of Hoka shoes right now, just down here, just sat looking after the shoes. She knows what to do. Steve Starr says, every Nike shoe made since 1977 has been touted to reduce injuries. Yeah, I mean, that's why we wear shoes, isn't it? At the end of the day, is to sort of give us a bit of protection on our feet, isn't it? That's how it works. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. Starting with Fanta there. It says, hi Ed, my grandmother used to have a raw egg in her Guinness. Oh my word. Oh, that's not a good thing. I do recall eating once a Mars bar with some Guinness. That works really well, actually. That was a good combo. Oh, that's good stuff. Jack Ash has just finished a 4-miler. It's 18 Fahrenheit there. Wife is baking bread, warming up the house with the oven. Yeah, earlier on, Miss Edbud complained to me that the house was really cold upstairs. And then I realised that she had the oven on. She's baking cakes in the kitchen, which is the thermostat kind of goes between there and the front room, and that's why it was so cold, because the thermostat thought it was like nice and toasty, but it wasn't in fact. Someone said Ultra Beast 21, which is heavier. I think marginally heavier, probably the Ultra Boost. No, I'm kidding. Beast is certainly heavier. Beast decided to sort of sleep on my head yesterday night. I'm not sure why. I think she might have been flea treated by Mrs. EDDBUD, and she just slept on my head. Immortal Rob's here. How you doing, Rob? Good. Well, it's good to see you virtually, buddy. I'd love to see you in person. You know, maybe soon we can do a bit of running together or something. Do a nice easy long run or something. It'd be lovely to see you, buddy. I miss you. I miss everybody, really. I do. I miss everyone. It's odd right now. It's an odd time. I hope you're doing fine though, buddy, and your folks. Okay. Aunt Tifa says, do running companies ever send you free stuff? Sometimes I get some free stuff. So Innovate contacted me and got me a pair of their G270s, which are actually one of my treasured possessions. I love that shoe. It's one of my favourite shoes of last year. Absolutely, like no doubt about it. And Puma golded me recently to review the DV8 Nitro as well. So I was really glad to get those. But they never give you any specific remit to say this, that or the other. They're just happy for me to test them out. And I think they know if there's a good product that I'm going to tell people it's a good product. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't work for me, you know I'm going to tell you. You know I'm going to tell you. I can't not do that. I can't put my head down on the pillow at night and not be truthful, not be what I am and who I am. I think that's a really important message to always have, no matter what you do in life, is to be true to yourself, you know. Steve A says the Trading Estate Boogie. Oh yeah, there's loads of rubber laid down on that Trading Estate now, Steve. Immortal Rob says to check out Mikey and his uke. Great lockdown covers, including Silver by Nirvana. Awesome. I'll check that out. Thanks, Rob. Kevin Phelan says, any hype for the Mac 4? I've not seen anything yet at all. So if I do get a chance to test them, I certainly will. Dan Wooding says, where did the term Earth credits come from? Well, I kept saying pounds and stuff, or like sterling and things like that. It kept confusing people, so I don't know really. I just think Earth credits. It kind of sounds slightly cheaper. Maybe sounds a bit easier to tell Mrs. EDDBUD that this was 80 Earth credits or something like that. It doesn't sound quite so bad. But it is what it is. Mank Ed says, running to improve performance, what else? Yeah, I look at it like that. I keep trying to improve my fitness. Running some of the same routes over the course of a few weeks, and to see if I've improved. And certainly my hill running's improved. That's good. There's a local area I can run up with a nice sustained hill for, it's probably about 3/4 of a mile, I think. And I've noticed that I'm getting faster, I'm getting quicker, and the heart rate's a little lower on that hill. So it is working. What's my race for 2021? I don't know. I'd love it if I could get even in on the virtual London Marathon. I've entered that. That'd be kind of cool. But we'll see. We'll see. If some races pop up at some point, that'd be great. Certainly when things return to normal, whenever that is, I'd love to get over to Spain to do a half marathon or a marathon or something. I really want to go to Switzerland as well, and Germany. And I want to go to Italy as well. I'd love to run a marathon in Italy somewhere. That would be cool. And I want to go to Portland. I really want to go to Portland in Oregon. I want to get back there. I love that place. Guitar shops, loads of ale. Running is like a big thing there. Yeah, I'd love to get back over there. Let's see if we got a few more interesting bits and pieces going on here. Yeah, on Tifa, I do a lot of foam rolling of the calves. That really helps, actually, a huge amount. Victor's here from Argentina. Amazing. Thanks for joining in, Victor. It's great to have you here. Yeah, Tim, I'll tell you what, the other day where I was running near, there's an airfield near here, and I was running, there was a big bird above me, and it was not happy I was there. It really was not happy. It was kind of circling, and I thought, what do I do here? So I have to be honest, I did put my foot down a little bit to get out of that area, because I could see it wasn't pleased that I was there. Sorry guys, the chat's lagging a little bit. Okay, right, I think we're back there now, roughly where we were. Yeah, Andy Wright says about yoga. I tend to do a little bit of yoga as part of my kind of, well, I don't know, not warm up really, but just sort of my dynamic stretching. That really helps, especially with the back. I know Andy, the Ford runner's had some problems with his shoulders and his back as well of recent time, and it really helps. Certainly working on the core as well, that tends to really help out quite a bit. Angel, or Angel, maybe, Angel, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, I'd pick one, Saucony Speed versus TC versus the Puma Nitro. Saucony Speed. I've got to go with that. I think it's the most versatile of all three of those shoes. And as such, I feel it presents the best value, but also you can run like stink in that shoe. It's a really fast shoe. And I think between that and the, if you had something lower, like maybe the, I don't know, something from Adidas, maybe like the SL20 or something like that, you've got your races covered there really, and your training. Amado's in the house. How you doing, soul brother? Amado, got something special to show you. I was hoping you were going to turn up. Let me grab it. Absolutely straight out the box. They're Takumi Sen 7. I'll tell you what, Amado, it's even lighter than last. It's hardly anything there. In fact, let's weigh it while we're here and see what we get. I haven't weighed this yet. I'm not going to give you any sort of initial opinions on it either. Let's get the other one. It's so light, it's crazy. Here we go. 209 grams for my UK size 11.5. So that's seriously light. So 7.4 ounces. That is wild. 7.4 ounces. It's kind of like the Cellar Mesh, I guess, but God, it really pops, doesn't it? It looks like some sort of wild animal or something, like a parrot or something. So I'll get out in these this week, Amado, and let you know how we go with those. I'm really keen to test them out. Looks like the same midsole and outsole. Thank you for the super chat from Sheldon. Thank you. He appreciates the great content. I appreciate you tuning in, Sheldon. Thank you very much. It really helps the channel out a great deal. Ben Browning says, any sign of the mint tempo next percents? No, not yet. We're still waiting on those. The after dinner mint version. I love that shoe so much, Ben. The only thing I'm worried about is that quite a lot of people have said that they've had problems with the AirPods on their custom tempo next percent. So I'm a little bit worried about that. We'll have to see how it goes, I suppose. Let's go, Steve O. How long have I been collecting shoes or running shoes? Well, like trainers really, since I was about 7 or 8. I have fond memories of Saturday mornings when my mum used to work. She had like a job. I'm not sure what she was doing, but my dad used to look after me. And my dad loves clothes, you know. Dale Fender, he's really into his clothes. So he'd always take me into town and I'd be able to maybe pick out a pair of shoes or some trainers or something. And yeah, so I think it's really my dad kind of got me into all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I don't know, he might be watching, you never know. Hi Dad. Hope he's doing all right. He's had his first COVID vaccination now. So and my mum too. So they're that little bit older. So I'm really pleased that that's the case. You know. Daniel Muller says, hello, mein Freund. Hello, greetings. Thanks for joining in. Simon Says is in the house. Curtis Lost is here too. S Copper says it's -11 in Toronto, Canada. Holy moly, that is cold. Frankie Jenkins says, hi Ed, I'm going to add the Nova Blast to my rotation. What sort of run should I use them for? The Nova Blast I found was a good sort of daily kind of shoe. I liked it for recoveries, in fact. If you've done some really harder sessions, perhaps the day before or something, you can use that as a nice, almost like sort of pillows on your feet, just to run some easy miles and get the legs moving again. Some people like them for higher pace work though, so you might fall into either one of those brackets. You just have to kind of suck it and see. I would suggest, and see what happens. Melvin Mendez says he's looking for a great shoe to run 1 mile in. Just looking for a shoe that is comfortable. So like a mile shoe. Blimey. What for out and out pace? I don't know. Get yourself the Takumi Sen, or maybe the Streak 7 or something like that. Aunt Tifa says I need a beer. Willing, hope I got that right. He's got a question about the Zoomfly 3. So he's a 7.5 in the Zoomfly 3. Should stick with the 7.5 in the Tempo Next. I would suggest I would stick with the 7.5. There's a little bit more room. It does fit snug, the Tempo Next percent. That's all I'm going to say. But then the Zoomfly 3 I always found was a bit long as well. So if you're a 7.5 in that, maybe stick with what you got. Rob says he's up for some long runs. Awesome, buddy. I'll catch you on Instagram or something, give you a shout, and we'll sort it. We'll get out there. Troy's here from Colorado. Yesterday won the men's Masters division over 40s. He's 57 with a 1 hour 33:30. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear you did well on that race, and that the Vaporfly worked out well for you. Well done, Troy. Good job. Chris says it's the first live stream for him. Great channel. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining in. We appreciate it. Sounds like we're playing rounders or something. Thanks for joining in. Joseph Drake says, hello fellow running man. Awesome. What do I do with the old trainers? Mrs. Edbed asked me this the other day. So I tend to clean them up and I keep them in the archive. At least the last version, I suppose. Because then I like doing the comparisons, comparing things up over the last few iterations. I think it's important to do that. See where the shoe's going, really. Is it going in the right place, or is it sort of going down the chute? Mark Merritt is in the house. Hi Mark, how you doing? Body by Duff says, hey bud, check out Terry Crews painting in A Very Terry Christmas. Awesome, I'll check that out. Matthew Newstead's got a question there. For some reason it got blocked, Matthew. No idea why. He's just started running, can barely manage a 5k in his Nike Revolution, so it's time for some serious shoes. You're in the right place. There's a lot of people here that are into shoes, Matthew, and they will be able to help you out there. Any sub 100 recommendations for a non-race, let Matthew know, guys, in the chat, please. Help another runner out. There's so many round about that price. Let's try and get to some of these chats. There's another one from Angel here. Sorry, Angel, I missed that. For some reason, it hasn't popped up highlighted for me. Fuelcell Prism versus Reebok Energy 3. I haven't worn the Prism, so I can't talk about that one too much, but I do love the Energy 3. It's a lovely price as well. It's a lovely price. What does that mean? it's like a, you know, a reasonable price as well. What we got? Mr. Anderson bought those Energy 3s I've just been talking about, and he loves them. 56 notes and an absolute bargain. 27 mins, 5k. Well done, buddy. Awesome. Great stuff. I'm glad they're working out for you. I really am. Ben says, am I showing out the Reeboks on the shelf because I'm using them lots? No, I need to get back in these. I've just stuck these lace locks on just for something different, you know, rather than me moaning about lace lengths and elasticity of the laces. I thought I'll chuck those on there and see what happens, just to mix things up a bit, you know. Do I ever worry about getting shoes dirty? No, not at all. You see, I don't know where they are right now. I'm not sure the Ultra Boost 21s are. They were cloud white. They're now grey. I don't care really. I'll clean them up sometimes if they're really muddy, but they're tools. They're tools to be used. So I'm not one of these glass case kind of guys. You know, it's the same with guitars. You know, you got to get the guitar out. You got to use the thing. That's what it's made for. That's what that wood and the varnish, the paint, and everything was put together for. Ben Browning question: did you see 4D's VO2 alternative torture test? No, I've not seen that. What happened? Did something odd happen? Or VO2 max? As far as I can tell, the only proper way you can do that is with all the gear. You know, scientifically do it. I think the VO2 things on the watches, there's too much that can go wrong there. You know, if it's measuring heart rate and the sensor's not quite in the right place, or wrist-based stuff, for me it doesn't work. I've got arms like Skeletor out of He-Man, and these things just, they don't sit in the right place. I've tried putting them further up. The Polar OH1 strap I've got, that seems to work okay, but it still goes off at times. So let's try and catch up with a few here. So Amado's seen shoes. Yeah, they are really light, Amado. They're barely like even, you can barely even tell that they're there. It is just crazy. Oh yeah, it's nothing like it. There's nothing like that smell. There really is not. I'm done. It's a beauty, Amado. It really is. Soul Brother, go for it. Seriously. You will not regret it. Kurt Steeg says, in your opinion, of the brands outside of Adidas, Nike, New Balance, so on, who have had the best year in 2021? Outside of those guys. I'll say Reebok. I'm just going to say Reebok. Summitros, a good shoe. The Run Fast 2, that was pretty much their shoe of 2020. Energy 2. Those shoes are great for the price. I think they just need to tell people about them, because people just don't know. They just don't know. Ben Y says, will I be getting the Skechers Razor Excess? I haven't seen anything about that shoe. Over in the UK, we get a few Skechers bits and pieces, but that's about it. And if you want to get them, you've got to, order them from somewhere else, like another country or something. Ordering stuff from another country in the UK right now is a bit of a gamble. You just don't know if it's going to turn up, or whether you're going to have to pay more or whatever. So, Ben says, Ed, you've been fine with your AirPods. Yeah, I don't know whether you mean the AirPods, what, in the Tempo Next percent maybe? Yeah, they've been fine. They've been okay. I just don't know whether the custom, I know loads of people that had the custom version of the shoe had the AirPods go really quick. And I know someone said to me that Ben Parks had been through like 2 or 3 pairs of them or something. I don't know. I'm stupendously light though. I'm like a feather. So it's not for want of trying, I just eat all the time. It just doesn't seem to go anywhere. I just burn it off, I think. Enrique says in his part of Spain all the competitions have been cancelled, so it's difficult to keep concentration. Oh, that's tough. I hope some stuff comes back, Enrique. I know that Spain got hit pretty bad, you know, when the lockdown happened, so I hope you can get out and keep training somehow. Aunt Tifa says, will I plan to review the Rebel 2? Yeah, I'd like to review the Rebel 2. Although I've got to say, they've kind of changed it up. It's a big, drastic change. It looks totally unlike the last one, doesn't it? So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Stuart Cobb's in the house. Stretch is here. How you doing, buddy? Warm Yeovil. Yeah, it is. Compared to some of the other people in the chat, Stu, it's actually quite reasonable out there, I suppose, when some people have got like -15 and stuff like that. Nick Gaines says, hi Ed, how have you been? Oh, I'm good. Days just fly past at the moment, Nick, because it's just so busy, you know. There's stuff going on. Of course, I work full time as well. I'm a teacher, so that's kind of ongoing. I've got one more week to plough through, and then it's half term. The PlayStation will get a bit of a hammering, then I can get some really good rest in, or maybe a couple of rest days as well. In mind at the end of the month, so I want to hit for a time trial on the half marathon distance. Talking of that, someone's just said about my PBs for the distances. Where is it? It's gone. There it is. M and WT says, what's your 5k and 10k personal best? So on the 5k, I think this would be back in 2019, there was a 5k race series at Yeovilton, near to Yeovil, and I clocked in at, I think it was 1940 for the 5k on, I think it was maybe the 4th or 5th iteration of that series. And then personal best for 10k would be as part of the World Ekiden that I took part in with Andy the Fod Runner, with Emily Heller and Kofuzi, and I got 41.19 on the 10, so I was really pleased with that. I didn't think I'd managed to sustain it, but yeah, it was a good day, and it was quite warm that day as well. Back in November, it's like 10 degrees or something, so if it was a little bit cooler, I think I could have hit it slightly harder. Michael Logan says, just spent 155 Earth credits on some endorphin speed. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it, that shoe. It is a great shoe. Amado says the smell test. Oh yes, it smells good. That's all I'm going to say. It's got that unique Adidas smell straight out of the box. In fact, I'm going to have to put the shoe back in the box in a minute so it retains the odour for just a little bit longer. Frank Lahoulier has got my attention because he's got the word Gretsch there. If Gretsch were a shoe brand, which brand would they be? I think Gretsch would probably be like Saucony. I think Gretsch would be Saucony. Definitely. Everything about Adidas wants me to say that they're more like Gibson. That's a good question. I like that question, Frank. I like it a lot. I really do. Someone mentioned about the Puma. A comparison between the DNA Flash and Hyperburst. Yeah, if I can get some sketches, I'm really, you know, really pleased to try some out. Mr. Y says, which Reebok is Vomero 1080 kind of shoe? I would suggest that the Simitros. Have I got the other one here? No. The Simitros is probably the closest thing to the 1080. Yeah, it's not a whole lot different, really. Upper's slightly different, but it's close. Very close. So that'll be the one. Grab yourself the Simitros. I love that word. Something about it. Do we need running shoes? Yes. Lots of them. Thousands of them. We need as many as we can get, Johannes. let's try and get through a few more questions while we're here. Let's Go Steve says, what subjects do you teach and what age groups? 16 to 18, but I also teach uni level as well. So yeah, they're my chief peeps, and I teach IT and computing. Human computer interaction, that's my bag. I'm really into that. People like Jakob Nielsen, Don Norman, and people like that. That's what I'm into, all that sort of stuff. Design of interfaces. What else we got going on here? Aunt Tifa says Scarpa is the worst smelling shoe brand. I think there's got to be a video in this somewhere, hasn't there? Because one thing I noticed the other day with the Puma Deviate Nitro, it's a garden centre. See, it's got the same Saucony smell of the garden centre. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's something to do with the, I don't know. Maybe they coat it in something. I don't know. It's really weird. And yet you see the New Balance. Yeah, that's more like the Adidas. I'm not even going to smell the Infinity Run Flyknit 2 because that's been through some weather. I'm not prepared to go there. That's not happening. This nose isn't going near that shoe. It's just not happening. Steve Arenberg says, thank you for being a teacher. I enjoy it, you know, I genuinely enjoy being a teacher. It really is fantastic. The kick you get out of, you know, teaching people stuff, for spreading knowledge and kind of helping these people become who they are. That's genuinely really exciting. I think if you don't look at it from that perspective and you get too kind of absorbed by all the stuff around it, you forget what you're doing. It's good to remember that the core thing, that you're helping those people get somewhere. Yeah, Mado says that Adidas is Gibson. Nike, maybe. But then again, you can switch those two around a little bit. What would like a Treyu be if they were a guitar brand? I'm not sure. He'd be Rickenbacker. Someone like coming from the outside slightly. I don't know. It's really good question, Frank. I saw one of the real good ones that we've had. George says, will I explore the Blue Shield series by Diodora? I'm a bit intrigued by that. So Blue Shield, I kind of like the name. Maybe I'll have to give that a go, you know. Give it a go and try them out. Can you recommend a brand of guitar strings? Aunt Tifa says. I always go for the D'Addario ones, mainly because I've got quite a few guitars that have got Bigsby, so you need a little bit more string length, and those strings always tend to be a little bit longer. I've got a Bigsby on my Fender Telly, it's like a 50s Telly, on the 355 Gibson. Have we got another one somewhere? And on the Gretsch as well, on the Brian Setzer model. So I need the extra length there. And they're really good. You know, they seem to last the test of time. Amado says it's most interesting the Reebok and Ultra for Adidas alternatives. Yeah, do try out if you can, Amado. I haven't got them here. They're downstairs because they need a bit of cleaning. But the Run Fast 3, I'm being won over by that shoe now. I wasn't sure about it to start with, but it really worked well today. Around about 7 minutes 20 seconds per mile average, over 6 miles, so it's about 44 minutes. And I had a real blast in that shoe today. Nice low stack. I think you'll enjoy it. It doesn't feel like there's an awful lot there around your foot. It's just a really nice shoe, but switch out the laces if you do get them. Try and pick them up for Reebok shoes. You can often get a code to get them cheaper. Space Traveller says, loves the channel, thanks for tuning in. There's somebody says Hoka's a bit like G&L. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, I like it. That's perfect, in fact. Samantha Jenkins is here, hello. Thanks for tuning in, Samantha. Arto says, Hello, actually, Artu. He says, what's your weekly average mileage? So normally I hit round about 45 miles in the week, and that's what I got this week. So keeping that average there, sometimes up a little way, sometimes a bit below. So trying to keep it around about 45, that seems a good amount for me. Not to completely wear me out, but to push me. So I'll maybe up it a tiny bit next week and then drop off for a couple of weeks before I do that half marathon time trial towards the end of February. Raymond says, how many miles have I gotten into the Infinity Run 2? We are now, I think we're about 58, something like that. So it won't be too long before 100 miles. I think I know kind of what I want to say about the shoe. I don't have too many misgivings about it at all, really. It's holding up just fine. I got no problems with it. So yeah, I will have that soon. I hope that helps out a little bit. Chris MG Farland says, Reebok Float Ride Energy 2 or the Float Ride Energy Summitros. I would, if you can stretch, get the Energy 3. I just think it's a little bit more snappy. I think it will do some longer miles as well. I did a 10 miler in it, no problem, and it felt beautiful. So get the Energy 3 if you can. That would be my recommendation. Aunt Tifa says, do I own a Flying V? No, I don't have one. I think my cousin John used to have one at some point. I think he had a Flying V. Richard Johnson says, can you recommend a cap or beanies? I tend to wear the Nike Tailwind caps. They seem to do well for me. They're not too heavy, and you can sort of roll them up and chuck them in your pocket if you don't want to wear them. Amado's going to check out the Run Fast 3. Sweet. Have you decided on the Solar Boost yet? Yeah, I'm keen to get that one. I'm just a bit worried at the moment, Amado. I've got so much coming in. I've only got so much time to get miles into the shoe. So last thing I want to do is have something knocking around that I'm not going to get too many miles into. Steve Arenberg says, looking forward to the 1080 V11 versus Infinity. I think that's probably coming up tomorrow, Steve. So do look out for that on the channel tomorrow. Any advice for a new runner to run longer? I would say keep running at your at a sustainable pace, and that's the way you can slowly bring things up. Don't do it too quickly though. Only do it by a small percentage each week. So slowly build up is the best way. I'm going to do one more question, guys, and then I better make way because I think Kafuzi is doing his live stream and I do not want to impinge on his time whatsoever, because I know a lot of you guys head over to Mike's live stream as well. I'm always respectful of that man. He is my hero, really, so I don't want to impinge on his time. Do you wear glasses when running? No, I tend to leave those at home and hope for the best. Okay, right, you guys, I'm going to have to disappear now. Thanks all of you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Do go and check the latest video out on the channel today where I'm discussing the weird advertising for that Nike Invincible run. It's really strange. I'm not sure where they're going with that. Hope you're enjoying the stuff on the channel. I will see you all very soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Make sure you stay safe. I'll be seeing you.